the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
How good is that?
Welcome to the podcast. Guess what, guys? I'm just going to put it out there. I think today's podcast could be the best Fitzy and Whipper with
What are the chances?
Kate Ritchie podcast because it's all around what are the chances. It's the greatest story ever. It comes from Samantha. Do not miss it.
I walked into MJ.
No, you don't need to add anything to this. Don't ruin this.
I
This
walked
is the
into
greatest
MJ Bale the other day,
And they had suits.
and they had suits and jackets and stuff. And I looked at a jacket and I went, I reckon that'll fit me. And I put it on. It was the perfect size.
The chances are high.
What are the chances? I mean, that is an amazing story of how that fitted. Like a glove.
Nice.
Where does like a glove come from?
What about this one, Kate? I went to
It's Ace Ventura, apparently.
I went to a video library back in the day, like a Blockbuster.
Video Easy.
Yeah, Video Easy. And I was on one side of the shelf, and the girl I was seeing at the time was on the other side of the shelf.
And were you looking through it to each other like in the library?
Yeah, and she said, I'd really like to see Annie, the movie, you know, the
first one, the real Annie.
Yeah. And then asked the lady in the store, do you have Annie on DVD? She said, no. And then I, like you do in the library, flicked a book off at her. I flicked a DVD off at her. It was Annie.
Oh, hang on a minute.
I love it when you're really aggressive like that.
What are the chances?
I love it when you flick things at your girlfriend and think it's funny.
Isn't that wild? Like, that's just another warmer for your podcast today.
I'm really sorry that the intro's gone on for a really long time. I promise you, if you stick with us, you will hear the best what are the chances ever.
Not better than that.
Slide into Kate's DMs if you think it's amazing.
Yeah, do
She'll
that.
read them out on air.
Do that. It's Kate Ritchie with 2 eyes official.
Nice.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
I'm reading from this sheet here.
Yeah.
Gee, there's some big words, but I think we should get involved.
I can help you with the big ones. Yep. Any 10-letter plus, I'll do it.
Really?
Yeah. How
Yeah.
dare you?
I don't think it's your strength, but you have so many other strengths.
Oh, my God. Let's not go through them now because they're all big words.
The way that you mix up brought and bought.
Bought and brought and think about the B in that.
Yeah.
And
I want to talk about, I was pronouncing it as kid-adults, but they're calling it Kid-adult.
Kid-adults?
Kid-adults.
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 Yeah.
Hey, kid-adults.
That's going to happen to me when I was just teasing you about not being able to pronounce things.
Come
I guess.
inside, kid-adults.
Basically, the article starts with saying that in this world where we're babied in so many ways, you
Yeah.
know, you can't even walk up a flight of stairs without a sign saying, please hang on to the handrail and be very careful. You know, everyone's very careful about things.
Slippery when wet.
Yeah, well, that's an old one.
No shirt.
Yeah. I know. But everyone's so worried
Yep.
about getting in trouble for things that they baby. Even at schools, you know, I was talking to someone yesterday about there was an incident at school, and in the good old days, the parents go down to the school and deal with the bully at the
Yep.
school, don't they? Well, you just don't do that stuff anymore. There are 1,000 meetings, and you can't upset
And you're not allowed
anybody.
the school can't tell you who the person was that may have done something to your kid.
Oh, that's right.
That's
they
so
remain
funny. Then you
they
go,
remain
Ted,
nameless.
Ted, who was it? It was
Yeah.
Steve. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And you can, yeah, I know. And as much as you might use their name, not that I've been in this situation, but you use their name, but they will never say their name
Yep.
back to you. It's like they completely ignore that this
Yep.
person or this child has a name. So really, we're being induced into this childlike state.
Yeah.
And it means that people aren't fully forming in some ways. And that's what this article is about, which, you know, I'm finding that people are frustrated with it in the workplace because young people perhaps aren't growing into their own level of, age-appropriate
Yep.
maturity because they can just kind of hang out.
I think I kind of get it.
Which part?
Well, I think that you're talking about an old structure that really doesn't exist or that people don't conform to anymore. So kids are remaining young and youthful for a longer period of time. And I'm kind of all right with that.
But do you think
you're
they are?
delaying maturity and responsibility. Now, as an adult, as a fully formed adult, that's me, 44 years of age.
Debatable.
I get home and I look around and I go, oh my God, there's a wife and 3 kids here. Whose are those? Oh, they're mine, right? I'm responsible for that. So it takes me a long time to adjust to realise where I am at life. If you can continue with your youth, you can be 35 and still going on a Kentucky tour, man.
No, but you can't have everything, though. You can't say, I'm going to be married with
but
3
you're living
children.
longer.
But I'm still... But are you?
Do it all later.
No. And I think that whilst you're saying that there's a level of immaturity and relaxation, I don't know if that's the correct word, the world... Our kids are being babied, but then the whole world is open to them as well. So they're not being sheltered necessarily.
So
they're giving way too much information, but no
It
responsibility.
becomes a dangerous place to play.
Well,
you can
it's
have anything in this world without the maturity of going to get it and how to handle it.
Yeah. And if you are going to handle it, don't worry, there'll be a sign telling you how to do it. And you're just saying you're an example of this.
Yep.
I mean, and at least I guess you are, married and you live in a house and you've got your 3 kids.
Very successful, yeah.
You seem to be handling things.
Congratulations.
Okay. But people are also partnered up with these, they look like men and grown women.
Yeah.
But they just don't have this. They just don't have the skills. It says here, I love this paragraph. Give us a call if you're married to a Kid-dult. Instead, many are opting for infertility. Oh, I knew I was going to look it up.
Infidelity.
No. Infantilism.
Infantilism.
Oh, my goodness.
Right, childlike.
A term that describes a defence mechanism or psychological regression in which a mature adult fails to exhibit the cognitive and interpersonal skills appropriate to their age in their life cycle.
Yeah, but you know what? I think it's funny how guys, particularly, they will go from being the hero at the pub, who's a mature man having a beer with the lads telling a story, to getting home and needing a bosom for a pillow. Do you know what I mean?
I didn't know where you were going with that.
It's just funny how guys go from I'm a man to I just need a bit of a huggy on the couch. Could you get me a hot water bottle? My tummy's sore.
Yeah, it's very frustrating too.
But cute. It's amazing we can go from manly to cute.
I just would find it irritating if you've got someone who's been at the pub having 25 schooners and then needs to come home for a cuddle. Because guess what? That's when you don't feel like a cuddle.
No, but everybody needs that bosom for a pillow.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
We haven't done this for a while. Whoa.
What are the chances?
Love this. Stories of chance and coincidence. And I don't do it lightly. I only do what are the chances when I have a 10 out of 10. Like I've got top shelf, boutique range, the best what are the chances ever.
Otherwise you don't bring it to the show.
Otherwise I don't turn up with it.
I mean, sometimes it's worth throwing around a story which is, that's mildly interesting.
Yeah, but you know what, when people call up and go, you're not going to believe it, last week I went over to Perth and I bumped into a mate I hadn't seen in 20 years.
The chances are high.
Yeah.
It's boring. 13 24 10 though, and I don't want to put you off your story, but love you. What are the chances? Call. Just don't make it Perth bumping into an old schoolmate. Every caller goes in the running for Origin Game 2 tickets. We're going to fly you to Melbourne. That's tomorrow night. This story is extraordinary.
Okay.
You ready?
Wow, you're really doing it today. Okay, tell us your story.
Twins.
Eric.
Twins. Separated at birth.
Oh, stop. Start again.
Twins. Separated at birth.
Good.
Well, how did I do that? Twins. Separated at birth. Jim Lewis and Jim Springer, right? 2 Jims, right? And they were separated. They were adopted out to different homes. One went one way, one went the other way. Yeah. This is fascinating. So they were known as the Jim twins. For the sake of this story and the accuracy, we're just going to go with Jim 1 and Jim 2.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Jim 1 and Jim 2. Okay. So they'll put up for adoption a baby. They ended up living only 40 miles apart. This is in the US, right? They've now been reunited after 39 years. This is what they both found out. They were both adopted into a home and had a brother by the name of Larry. Both families had a kid called Larry already in the family that then became their brother.
Great story.
They also had a dog called Toy. The dog was called Toy.
It's a silly name for a dog.
Let it be. So that is weird.
Well, it's not weird. It's good coincidence.
They both ended up training in law enforcement. They became police officers. This is probably perhaps the most creepiest of all. They both married twice. And in the first wives that they married, their names were Linda. They both then got divorced and married a woman by the name of Betty. They both found a woman called Betty as their second wife.
No.
But how's this?
Not the same Betty.
No, different Betty.
Okay.
Betty wasn't throwing it around. The Jims had two sons, James and Alan. That's Jim 1. Jim 2, he had kids, two sons, James and Alan.
No, you're making it up.
What are the chances?
I said I only turn up with 10 out of 10s. I said I'm not here to stuff around today. And your story, I don't expect it to be of...
I don't have a
does
story.
Does it need to be a 10?
No, I hope you're not looking at me for a story.
I'm talking to the listeners, Kate Ritchie.
Okay, good.
I mean, if you serve up an 8 out of 10, I'll take an 8. 80%. Always back the 80. That is a phenomenal story.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
When you sat down and Jim 1 met Jim 2 after 39 years...
Oh, mind blown.
Mind blown. They would have sat there going, no, you're joking.
No, this is wild.
You met a Betty. You married to a woman called Betty.
What does that mean? What's that documentary about nature or nurture and things like that?
Oh, there's been many. David Attenborough?
No, the one with the twins, triplets. They were all separated. They ran into each other at university.
Twins.
It's not called Twins.
No, I do remember
it
that.
It doesn't have Arnold Schwarzenegger in it.
They had the three brothers.
Yeah.
They were triplets. They all went their own way, and then they brought them back together for that doco. Is that the one you're talking about?
One died tragically, and it was just all awful.
Oh, well, you brought the
Because
mood down there.
I know.
What are the chances? Carmel, welcome to the show.
Thank you. How are you?
We're really well, Carmel.
Good.
What are the chances?
Look, I do think I have like an 8 out of 10 for you.
Okay.
So when I was younger, my mum fell pregnant with twins, so they needed to sell the house to buy a bigger house.
Yeah.
So the agent brought through a lady who had twins. So my mum said, "Oh my God, it's a sign," and they sold it to this lady that had twins. Like 20 years on, I left school. I went to college. I met a lovely girl. We're, talking, and she said, "You should come over one day, hang out at my place." So she gives me her address, and it's my old house. So I was like, "Oh my God, are you a twin?" She's like, "Yeah." So that was that. But then years on, she got married and we were invited to the wedding. I had met my husband, and then we get to the wedding and my husband went to school with her husband. Yeah. And so,
That's strong. Carmel.
That is a very strong story, I have to
Really
say.
strong story. You're an 8 out of 10. Congratulations, Carmel, on
Thank
sharing
you.
that with everybody listening.
Thank you.
Lovely. Can I just quickly ask you, did you go to your childhood home that day?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, we're still friends, so I still go there. She's moved out, obviously, but her parents still live there, so we go there sometimes.
That's so great.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It'd be weird to go back there, wouldn't it?
Well,
It's a little bit different,
brings up a few memories, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it's nice. Yeah, I like it.
Thank you, Carmel.
Thanks, Carmel. Greg's in Menai. Hello, Gregory.
Yeah, g'day. How you going, guys? I don't know if we're going to beat this one.
What do you got, mate?
We had a bit of a school reunion. It's been 40-odd years since we've been at school, and met up with this guy. Didn't have a lot to do with him then, and we were talking. And then we started talking about a few things, and we were talking about our age. And then we asked me his birthday, and he was born on the same day as me, which is the 1st of January, at 1959. And then I got to meet his wife there as well, and we're talking, and then we're both celebrating our 40th anniversary in a few weeks' time.
Yeah.
So, great. So then we go and ask the date of the wedding anniversary. We're married on the same day. And then we go, how funny is this? And I was married in the St. Spiridon's Church at Kingsford. And he said, well, we were married in the same place. So we got married at the same church on the same day where there was only 2 weddings. Yeah.
Wow. One in the morning, someone got the morning spot and someone got the afternoon.
I don't even know who got that way there. And then we're just looking, and the funny thing now, I'm sitting here in the car, and I didn't think I'd get through, and I'm looking at the church I got married in right now.
You are not.
Chances.
Alive, what are the chances?
And I'm looking at the church right there, and I'm going, that's pretty funny. I didn't even think I'd get through.
Oh, that's so lovely.
Are
you still married, Greg?
Still married, 43 years now.
Oh,
Greg, that
good
is
on you.
extraordinary.
I mean, what are the chances of that?
Yeah, 40 years of marriage.
43 years.
My God, that's another topic. Greg, thank you, mate. What a great story. Michelle's in Beacon Hill. Hello, Mish.
Hello, how are you?
Good.
Good,
What's
what do
your
you
story?
Holidaying in Bali a few years ago. Hubby used to take the scooter with the surfboard to surf to Uluwatu, and he used to have to do his morning poos on the way. And he stopped in this sort of empty block of land, did a poo. Next morning, went back, happened again, and as he was looking around whilst doing his poo, he looked at the ground, and there was his international driver's license just sitting there staring up at him.
And it was his?
How's that? That's it.
Oh, so he did one poo, lost his license, then came back and found the license.
But, like, how's the chances?
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
You just wouldn't find it.
You know,
Do you mean that he's a bit like a homing pigeon when it comes to pooing? He just goes back to the same spot. My dog does it at the park.
Michelle.
He's like our pet.
Yeah, I know.
But Kate, for the routine to be so precise that he would need to go to the toilet at that time each morning on the way, like, oh my God, I need to go. So he pulls over and there's the block of land or whatever. And
Isn't
then
that what your body does
the
when
next
you do
morning,
that stuff?
he goes, oh, hang on a minute, I need to go. And he drops his strides in the exact same spot. You'd need to be a little bit careful so you didn't stand in your own doings. And then he finds his international driver's license right there. Luckily, it wasn't fouled. You know?
What are the chances?
What are the chances the poo missed the license, you know?
Yeah, no, good.
Think
Can we
about
quickly
it.
speak with Samantha in Seven Hills? Hi, Samantha.
Hi, guys. How you going?
Very
Good,
good. Have you got
Sammy.
what are the chances for us?
Yes, I do. I have a bit of an amazing story. So when I was about 8 or 9, it was Christmas time, and we were holidaying up at Yamina Beach Caravan Park.
Good spot. Yeah.
And I was in the surf, and my mum and dad had bought me this beautiful little first diamond ring for Christmas. And I was sort of in the waves up to sort of my knees, and I thought, oh, I better take my ring off and put it around my necklace, because if I get dumped or under the waves, I might lose it. So I took it off. I was very, very careful, and this like freak wave came, knocked me over. The ring falls in the water. I'm crying. My mum's crying. We're all crying.
No.
And I lost the ring. So fast forward about 15, 16 years later,
Yeah.
I'm back up there with my daughter and son, and we're walking along the beach. My daughter's collecting shells, and she picks up this big shell. And I said, oh, that's beautiful. Like, that's a big one. We don't find them up this way. And she, I said, oh, hang on, I think there's like a creature or something in it. Put it down. And I picked it up and just to make sure she wasn't going to get bitten or anything. And I looked inside, and my ring was inside the shell.
What are the
kid you not.
chances?
That's going to make me cry.
You win.
Yeah.
You win.
You actually win all of
Take all
what
our
are the
prizes.
chances of all the days of all the
Oh,
years
my
of
gosh.
everything.
Yeah, it was crazy, because I remember my mum saying to me when she gave it to me, she said, now this is your, I mean, it was like a speck of a diamond. It
Yeah.
wasn't anything flash, but she said to me, when you grow up and you have a daughter, you can give this to her. And
Oh my
when we found it, I
gosh.
think I cried for like a week. And it's a story that just, we still don't believe. Like, I have people say to me, oh, it can't be your ring. It's
Yeah.
probably someone else's. I'm like, it's the exact same
Exactly,
ring
and
that
it's
I lost.
meant to be with you.
And can you
Absolutely.
believe that whatever that shelled creature was,
Yep.
it somehow grabbed that ring, and then all these years later it washes up on the shore?
Yeah, but where had that
Yeah.
ring been for all... Like, creatures
Inside
like
the
that...
shell.
No, but the creatures don't
Like, they
last
travel.
that long, so they travel and they die, and, like, that ring's
Yep.
probably been in 1,000 shells.
Yep,
Oh, my
absolutely.
God.
Like, it's crazy.
Oh.
And then you
It's like I don't tell too many people, because they're just like, you know, BS, as if. And I'm like, it's just amazing.
Sam,
like, it's
Samantha.
crazy.
What about the moment you told your mum?
Well, the funny thing is my mum actually at the moment is palliative. She's very, very unwell.
Sorry to
and
hear.
out of everything that she does remember, she still remembers that story.
Oh my
So
gosh.
she'll still say to me, don't you ever get rid of that ring? And I'm like, my daughter's got it in a box at home, and she's not even allowed to wear it.
Sammy, that is an extraordinary story.
Yeah.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Kylie Minogue. Tell me what you think. Be an interesting time of your life for Kylie. I mean, she's knocked it out of the park in the past 12 months.
She's had a big few years now, hasn't she? Like a resurgence.
Oh, yeah.
almost.
Won the Grammy, Kate, for Padum Padum. One of my favourites. I feel it in my bum. Padum Padum.
Take me home. That's enough.
Great song. Lifetime Achievement Award of the Brits earlier this year also. Like, killing it. She is now...
Vegas. You didn't even mention the Vegas residency.
Yeah, had the Vegas residency, which has been massive. She's now decided to put pen to paper, and it's now time to write her autobiography.
But hasn't she got so much left to do?
Personal stories, snaps. Says here she'll cover music, TV, film roles, and of course, her love life.
Why did you purr like
I don't
that?
know. I was completely confused. I think I wanted to put you off.
Would you... you didn't. Would you read Kylie Minogue's biography?
Yeah. Audiobook. Can't read. What would you call it, Kylie?
Better the devil you know.
Oh, shivers. I'm turning around.
No.
But you could put her face in the front of the book on the back of the book.
The song's spinning around.
Spinning around, is it?
I'm turning around.
Idiot.
What's behind me?
Me. It's the front cover of my book, baby.
Oh, that's exciting for her. Oh, he's still coming up with names. Wow, I thought we'd moved.
Forward, written by Jason Donovan. Jason Donovan.
That's the name of the book?
No, that's the foreword written by. Is it foreword?
Oh, forward. I thought you were saying sounds like title of book. Book.
Four words.
Written by
I'm
Jason Donovan.
Spinning around. Please.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
I just got a text from my mom.
Yes, because I'm a textpert, an expert at texting.
Write my reply.
Got a juicy one.
I really love this part of the week.
Really juicy. Jack's 25. He's been hooking up with Ellie for 4 months.
How old's Ellie?
Ellie's 24, so
Okay, that's good.
age appropriate. 4 months is quite significant, I would have thought.
Well, you've made it past the 12-week mark.
Yeah, so true.
You know, that's when a lot of them just dwindle.
Die. Then he received this message. Just found out you hooked up with my sister last year. WTF. I'm not down with that. Whatever. This is so yuck. It's over. I'm the hotter one. I don't like guys without standards.
I don't think...
Jack really likes Ellie and he wants to keep seeing her. He can't work out if Ellie is more upset that he hooked up with the sister or that the sister is not attractive and he has low standards.
Why is one sister saying the other sister is not attractive?
Because she's just obviously hurt.
I don't know if I like Ellie. I don't care if you're hurt. You don't say mean things to
Well,
lash out because you're hurting.
Sounds sensitive. Did people say that about Beck, did they?
That
Being
she's the
good-looking
attractive
sister.
one. No, this isn't about me. This is about Ellie. Okay, let's break it down.
What, Beck was the...
Everyone's more attractive. But anyway, it doesn't really...
No,
but gee, I've got a good personality.
How does Jack respond to this? Now, if...
How did she find out?
I don't know.
About the sister thing?
I don't know, mate.
Has Jack been keeping it from her, or did...
That's such
so
a big
many
question.
questions.
Should he have said something?
It's a bit awkward if you've been spending a bit of time with somebody and then it comes to light. When do you pick your time?
What if his reply was, I just didn't think it mattered?
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
Like, it was over a year ago, like...
That is such a silly thing for him to say if he thinks
But
that's
it was over a year ago. What if he said, I didn't even know it was your sister?
Do you know what he should say? I don't know what you're carrying on about. You're overreacting. That would go down a tree.
Get control of yourself. You're embarrassing yourself.
Yeah. Okay, so he really likes her. I think he needs to consider the fact that she's hurt by it.
Yeah. So what? Start off with something like, hey, Ellie, I feel your shock.
No.
Your sister meant nothing.
No.
It was just one drunken night. It was purely physical and only lasted 5 hours.
No.
No.
It should be something like this. Hey, Ellie, this is such a shame. I knew at some point we may need to have this conversation.
That's nice.
I'm acknowledging, I understand
Your sister.
that this must be upsetting. Why don't we get together and chat about it, because I want you to know I really like you and I'd like to continue spending time with you.
Hashtag doing it for
Don't you
themselves.
think that's mature? And
That's really mature.
I mean, he's never going to write that, let's be honest.
No, don't put it in writing. What about if you threw it back and just said, hey, I understand this is sensitive. Why don't you give me a call? Let's chat through it.
That's what I just said.
You said nothing about a call.
Did I say let's
said,
get
"Let's
together?
get together."
Yeah, let's get together. I said catch up. A call is a lot easier than face-to-face.
Oh, face-to-face might be important at this point because sometimes you need to see each other to connect.
Yeah. Cherie and Cogra, hello.
Hello.
This is a heavy one. We got a juicy one. And Jack needs your help here, Cherie. What do we do?
I think be brutally honest.
About
the whole thing. Honesty is the best policy.
Yeah.
I'd rather find out straight away than find out later.
Has this happened to you? Do you have a sister and that both you, have you been with this one guy?
No.
yeah.
I mean, in the Ritchie household with the girls, is there one guy that has been with more than one Ritchie?
I don't know what I don't like the words
Or has
hooking
that
up,
happened?
and I don't like the words being with. I don't want to use them.
Has that ever happened though?
No, I don't think so.
You don't know.
No, we all have very different
Tastes.
tastes. I think.
Is there anything wrong with it? Like, here's a guy who's left the sister in the past and focused for the past 4 months to prove himself with this girl, Ellie. I think that should be acknowledged.
I think it should be acknowledged too, but we should also acknowledge that she's allowed to feel a little bit upset by it. Let's handle it carefully and all grow up and move on.
Yes, so true. Face to face, Kate's called it. Sam in Box Hill, give it to us, buddy.
Well, I dated brothers, so I'm just saying this from experience. It's not like I dated one after the other, so it wasn't like I just, but I mean, she's looking a bit too much into this. This was a year ago they hooked up. Like, she needs to kind of get over it.
So what happened with
It's not
you,
like
Sam?
anything eventuated from it. Sorry?
What happened with you? Like, what was the time, the space between the brothers?
Okay, well, see, one of the brothers that I ended up dating, he's the father of my kids, actually, I should say now, actually was my best friend. So he was the same age bracket. I dated the older brother throughout high school.
Oh, and then you ended up with the younger brother and had a
And then I
family because
ended
that's
up
who
with
you
the-
were meant to be with.
Yeah, clearly. But like I said, it sounds worse than what it actually is because it wasn't like it was straight after one up to the other. It was used down the track, and then I ended up with the brother.
I've got a quick question for you. When you were dating the older brother, because that would have been the cool thing to do is date the older brother. Did the younger brother, did he always have a crush on you and like that you used to come over to the house? Oh.
He did. Since I was in year 8, he did. But we honestly, he was my best friend though. Like, we got along like a house on fire, and he actually helped originally hook me up with his brother, to be honest.
Of course he did. He just
Yeah.
And is there a third brother just waiting in the corner quietly?
There actually is a third brother, but I'd never go there. I wouldn't touch you. I wouldn't touch him with a 10-foot pole.
Oh, I love that saying. Well delivered, Sam.
All right, thanks, Sam. Eva in North Ryde, you have a similar story to this situation?
I do. So I am now married to the middle brothers. There's 5 of them.
Goodness, middle child of 5 men.
Before I married now my husband, I used to go out with his younger brother. And up until this day, I'm not sure whether they know. I suspect the younger brother's wife knows something because he must have told her. But you know what? I would look at it, hey, it's the same genes, and I hope my husband takes it as a compliment.
Right. And when you married when you married the brother,
wow.
What's the age difference between the two brothers?
That's a very good question. 2 years only.
Okay.
Oh my goodness! And are they all similar?
They not, but they all can dance really well and they sing amazingly. All playing instruments.
They practically have there's a boy band there. Five brothers.
It is.
The Jackson
It is,
5.
actually.
What's the surname? Oh no! Don't tell me the surname. Don't tell me the surname.
No, don't.
A little boy band you can make out of them, I guess.
Yeah, we could.
It's hard to know which one to mow. If you've gone out with 2 of them, you'd be comparing. That's the thing.
I hate you right now.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
We're on. All right. It's time for 60-second starts. Kate Ritchie's I'm Still Standing. Now.
End of financial year is on now at Sydney City Kia. Visit Sydney City Kia in O'Regan Street, Alexandria.
Yes, it is, guys. You know what? You had a win yesterday, Kate Ritchie, so we jackpot. $200 is up for grabs, and also you're in the running for that brand new car. It's the Kia Sportage, guys, the hybrid. Thanks to Sydney City Kia. Renee in Balcombe Hills, hello.
Hi.
Where are you right now, Renee? What are you doing?
Oh, we're on the way to school, but we're happy to be a bit late if we get $200.
When you say we, have you got a full car?
I've got 2 boys in the car with me.
All right.
Hi, boys.
What are their names, Renee?
Austin and Blake.
Austin and Blake.
Lovely names. Well, wish Mummy luck.
They are allowed to help you out, okay?
Aw.
No, you've got to do a carload versus Kate.
Okay, all right, okay.
Austin and Blake, start to think about it, guys. Here we go. Renee, you are the guest, so you are going for 60 seconds on the clock. Your time starts now. Green, black and Kalamata are types of?
Olive.
Correct. How many children do Kate and Will have?
3.
Correct. Frank Walker is the voice behind which radio ad?
National Tiles.
Correct. Name a location you could go ice skating in Sydney.
Macquarie
Centre. Yep, I'll give it to you. True or false? Mark Zuckerberg's net worth is 176 million.
True.
No, it's 176 billion. Kate, over to you. Jules and Cam found love on which... PointsBet Stadium is the home ground of which NRL team?
Parramatta?
No, Cronulla Sharks. Joy, anxiety and fear are characters from which hit movie, Renee?
Inside Out.
Yes, it is. Which singer's real name is Alicia Beth Moore? Doesn't matter, you've got it, Renee. Renee, well done. Austin, Blake, bang!
$200 for that car on the way to school this morning.
Well done, Renee.
Thank you.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
I want to talk about a brand new dating trend. And I don't think it's new. Maybe it's been given a name now, but I think it's been hanging around for a while. We've heard... Okay, what are the other ones? We've got breadcrumbing, which you just kind of
so many of
throwing out a bit of, willy-nilly. Yes, I will see you. No, I won't see you. What are you doing Friday? Maybe I'll see you in a fortnight.
Yeah.
Ghosting is mean and cowardly.
Yeah.
This one I really like.
Have you heard of Forgetful Phil?
No, what's that one?
That's where you just leave something at their house every time you go there, so you have to come back and get it and bump into them again, see them again.
Oh.
That's called Forgetful Phil.
I don't think that's a term. That's so cute, though, because I was listening to Sabrina Carpenter over the weekend in the car with my daughter.
Yep.
Not all of the songs. You start, when you're singing Sabrina Carpenter at the top of your lungs with your 9-year-old, you do realise what she's really singing about sometimes. There's a very cute line in one of the songs about... it's not that
Forgetful
interesting.
Phil.
Where you leave. Where's my other sock? It's probably your house.
It's probably under the covers somewhere where I took it off.
Yeah. Okay, what about this one? It's called pocketing. And if you're being pocketed or you're experiencing pocketing, give us a call, 13 24 10. And I think you know, and you may not know the term, but I think just quietly there's something in you that's feeling really uncertain about the relationship, and maybe it's affecting your self-esteem, because what it is that you're past the awkward part of hooking up with someone. You've met someone, maybe you've swiped left or right or up or down or whatever it is you do on those apps. You've started to see each other. Maybe you've met the friends, you're spending some time together.
What's it got to do with the pocket?
Just wait, mate. You may have even gone on like a little weekend away.
Yeah.
Had some vino. But you fail to appear on their socials. You're not really being acknowledged as the partner. And I think in situ, when you're with them, they're into you. You know, like you're doing things and you're making
Everything
plans.
feels right.
But they're not, like they might post things on their Instagram, but they're not tagging you. And I think people pocket people is not because they don't like you, it's because usually there's someone else floating around out there who may be looking at their socials and they don't want that person to know yet maybe that they're dating someone. Maybe they want to keep their options open. I think it's really mean.
I reckon the grey area is, and the dangerous part is, you probably need to have a conversation about it, because what if one person is putting up on their social media, great weekend away camping with Steve. My God, how much
Why
fun
is it the girl that would be doing that?
Because girls are into social media more than guys.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, they are.
Oh, you've done the studies, Mr. 36 months.
Yeah, I haven't. It's like a 70-30 split. So
Okay,
get
all
over
right,
it, mate.
you're right.
So she'd be going, oh, great weekend camping with Steve, loved hitting the bush and life in tent, you know, all this sort of gear. And then he just...
Must be an older lady.
She's from the 80s.
Oh, come on, mate.
And then he's just saying, he's just putting a photo up
Of the tent. Of
Sunday night when he's got back and caught up with the lads.
Yeah, he's been hitting some balls.
I'm sorry, you've been pocketed.
Yeah, and you know who else you can be pocketed, and this is, I know someone that
you've been pocketed.
I don't think I've been pocketed. I've been pocketed when I've given strict instructions to be pocketed.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean? You can keep me in your pocket, but don't you dare. Anyway, my girlfriend, she was married.
Julie, yeah.
No, not Julie, another girlfriend. You can be pocketed even in a marriage. Like, she was always really upset and felt really needy that perhaps she didn't feature on the socials.
Yeah.
You know, like her and the kids weren't floating around the Instagram account.
Just him. It was just him at singles parties.
It was just, exactly.
Surfing trips with the lads, cans with the footy.
Well, where's your wife? And if you bring it up, you appear as though you're really needy and insecure, and they say things to you like, I don't know what you're going on about. You know I love you.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But they don't post you because they probably have a girlfriend. And I hate if I've implanted this into your mind this morning and you're driving to work and you think this is what's happening to me.
Oh my God, why aren't I on their socials? Because Kate Ritchie just told them.
No,
They're seeing someone else.
I'm not saying that
Oh my God,
is always
mate, you're
the case.
out of line.
But I do know for a fact that this is what was happening in that space.
Do you know what you need to do?
What?
Cut a hole in your pocket and escape.
That is so deep for you. Do you quite understand what you
or
said?
you could play with your genitals at the same time if you've cut a hole in you.
Oh, just a tiny little hole, though.
Who was that talking? My genitals, or?
I don't know. A secret little voice coming from deep within the pocket. Anyway,
Fits in Whipper with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, download the Nova Player via the App Store or Google Play.
The Nova Player.